All right, guys. Trader Mayne here. Not in the mood to do this live right now, unfortunately, just with what's going on at home. But obviously, crazy day in the markets. Um, so wanted to get something out for you guys. Quick markets with Mayne video. Um, yeah, sad stuff. Appreciate all the well wishes. Hopefully, my family's homes are unscathed. It's not looking good right now, though. Very scary stuff. Just like the market is looking quite scary. So we'll talk about that. These videos are brought to you in partnership with Prime XBT, as you guys know. So if you want to support me, lots of ways to do that. One of the most direct ways is to use Prime XBT link in the description of this video. Use code MAYNE50, eligible for a deposit bonus. Up to 7% on your first $100,000 deposited, so $7,000 bonus. And yeah, they've been supporting me for a long time. If you like these streams, you like all the stuff I share in here, Discord, Telegram, you like the jokes and the memes from the editor, this is how he gets paid. So you want to support your boy, that's the best way to do it. Shout out to the Prime team. Thanks so much. Always a pleasure working with you guys. All right. So I've done lots of these videos before. We will weed through the wreckage, because there is quite a bit. But, there's, some big wicks right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm hearing rumors that there will be some kind of decision tomorrow on the Grayscale NFT. Or NFT, ETF, Jesus Christ, imagine. What if that gets approved, right? Do we V-reverse and make new highs? What if it gets declined? Then what? Then, does everything structure break across the board and we just eat fucking massive shit, even more so in today? We had a 15% down move on Bitcoin at its lowest point. That is one of the biggest down moves I've seen in a long motherfucking time. There was as many or close to as many, if not more, liquidations today than there were during the FTX collapse. So a lot of people did not make it. So before we kind of get into the charts, your boy loves to rant and impart some wisdom on you as someone who's been in this market a very long time. And I've been through many, many, many of these crashes over the years. And no matter how many of them you've seen, they're always just as crazy. So I know a lot of people were negatively affected today based on just some of my Discord and Telegrams that I'm in. People losing all of the money they had saved up for the bull run, getting wrecked, trading accounts nuked. And I can understand that can be discouraging. So some non-financial advice as usual. I always talk about having bullets left in the chamber, right? Dry powder. And the reason you want that is for moments like this, because generally these types of nukes are pretty EV buys. I'm not saying the selling is over. We could nuke again. But you want to have money on the table for if this was a crash before the next leg up, you want to be able to get positioned, right? We had over a month of just no volatility. We get a huge dip, wipe out a ton of people. If we're going to go up, it should go up from here. Otherwise, we're going much lower. But even if we do go lower, you want to have money set aside for this. And generally what happens is people get over leveraged. I'm shocked at how many people, I'm always shocked, but a lot of people aren't trading. They aren't investing. They're gambling. We had basically no volatility for, 2 weeks on Bitcoin and Ethereum, or 2 weeks, sorry, like almost over a month. Here is the end of June till today, well over a month and a half. Very little volatility. Yet people are getting unbelievably liquidated on the first major move we've had in a month and a half. What does it tell you? People are over levered. People are poorly positioned. People are risking more than they can afford to lose. And more than anything, they're forcing trades where there may be no trades. I'm guilty of this sometimes. I shorted, as you guys know, not to toot my own horn, posted this on Telegram, talked about it on YouTube. I shorted a month ago. Just today did I hit profit. A month ago I shorted here. It's 12-hour breaker, weekly sweep. And I just sat in that position. Did I take some trades in here and make money? Yes. Did I take some trades in here and lose money? Absolutely. But in reality, probably would have been better off just holding that short and not, giving any money back at all the entire time. Looking elsewhere, doing other things, trading other markets. So it's unfortunate to see, but I'm not going to kick you while you're down. What I'm going to try and do is give you some perspective. This market is unlike any other market when it gets moving, whether that is to the upside or the downside. It provides insane opportunities if you are prepared to capitalize on them. But to capitalize on them, you need money. So the last thing the majority of you should be doing is trading with leverage. Most of the people I talk to are nowhere near good enough at trading to be trading crypto with high amounts of leverage, if any leverage at all. When a market, the biggest asset in the market, can go down and go up double-digit percentages in a single day, there is no need for high leverage. And without high leverage, without leverage at all, you eliminate your risk of liquidations, right? There's so much money that can be made just simply trading spot. But I understand the appeal, right? You want to make fast money. You want to make money come fast. But just as fast as that money can come, it can also go. You're seeing that today. So this will be a wake-up call for many of you, right? Maybe your strategy is not as good as you thought. Maybe your risk management is not as good as you thought. Maybe you need to go back to the drawing board a little bit with how you approach the market, because in reality, and I talk about this all the time, right? Like, what are the odds that you outperform Bitcoin going 20x last bull run? Probably zero. For the majority of you, it's like nil, slightly more than zero. Very few people are going to outperform just buying and holding. I am a trader. My spot buys on Bitcoin and Ethereum outperformed any trading that I did. Did I have some trades and investments that did more than a 20x or a 50x? Yeah, but not with the size that I put into just buying spot when prices were cheap. And that's the reality. And I think if a lot of you repositioned in your mind how you are trying to get involved in the market and maybe focused more on investing long-term in Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe a few other coins when they're cheap, and then trading with a lot less of your capital, days like this won't shake you as much. People who bought spot, anywhere in the 20K and below region are not, shitting their pants right now, like people who were levered long after a multi-week consolidation after failing to break out, right? So, listen, there's going to be more opportunities. You need money to capitalize on those opportunities. So the things that you did to make that money in the first place, that's what you need to focus on. You do not need to make it all back trading. Of course, you can try. Most of you won't. Most of you will end up losing more money, putting more money in, redepositing and losing it. When in reality, you'd probably be better off focusing on accumulating the coins you like on large red days, and then doing the things that you did to get money in the first place, whether that's your job, a business that you have, whatever it is, right? So I don't think full-time trading, especially in this market, is for the most, the majority of people. Like, a lot of people would be better off doing this part-time. And using that income that they're making from their job or their business, etc., to pay their bills, make sure that they can eat, and then use some of that excess to absolutely fund that trading account. But days like these can be unpredictable. I was short. I posted a video on Instagram when we were here, being like, okay, like, I think we trade down to June's low. I wasn't expecting it to happen in the next 30 minutes, but it is what it is. So I know that it can seem grim and dark, and you're upset, and you're all that progress you made over the last several months, feel like you've wiped it all out. You need to remain mentally resilient, especially if you're going to make it in this game and you want to be here long term. There's going to be dips, there's going to be rips, there's going to be tons of opportunity. So if you miss this move, if you didn't buy spot, if you lost money, it's not over. It's not a reason to give up. It's a reason to take what happened, what you did wrong, learn from those lessons, and get better. That's what it's about. These opportunities, if you're on the wrong side of them, you need to use them as a way to get better, a way to improve. And invest in yourself. Put time into the charts. Put time into education, watching YouTube videos, things like that. Get better, back test, forward test, sharpen your skills. But definitely reassess your risk management. If you've blown up and you've lost all your money on a move like this, I feel for you. And I hope you can get it back, and I hope you can get back in the market. But you should never, ever be in a position to lose all of your money. If crypto went to zero tomorrow, my bills are paid. Okay? I'm eating. I'm going out. I'm drinking with friends. I'm buying fucking dog toys. I'm making my car payment. Like, I'm good. Would it be a significant hit to my net worth? Sure. But I'm not ruined, right? And yes, there are going to be people who are all in crypto, and they may do very well. But in my opinion, those people are in the minority. Most of the very successful people I know in crypto are rich in the real world, not just in crypto, right? Because whether they made it in crypto or not, or it's a large part of their source of wealth or not, they've taken that money that they've made and they've used it elsewhere. They've put it in a bank account. They've bought gold. They've built up a nest egg. They've invested into real estate, into businesses. And I encourage you, if you're doing well and you're making a ton of money, make sure you realize some of those profits for many reasons, not just to secure yourself and your future and the future of your family, but to also give you the ability to buy. Like, if this ends up being the bottom, speaking hypothetically here, and the ETF gets approved tomorrow, how pissed are you if you had no dry powder to get involved and we start charging towards 40K, right? So these are always tough lessons. They always hurt. I feel for people, but I've been through this 100 times. It gets easier, but you're never emotionless for it. It's always crazy to see, right? You see that big red candle, you're like, holy fuck, is it really over this time? I literally saw the order book tick zero during the COVID crash on BitMEX, like zero. So overall, I just want to say, stay safe. Don't do anything stupid, right? Obviously, it's just money. You can make it back. There's going to be lots of opportunity in the future. I do believe that we will see all-time highs in Bitcoin and Ethereum sooner than later. So I don't think now's the time to quit, and I definitely don't think now's the time to do something stupid based on emotion. But I know many of you are feeling very emotional right now based on what happened. You need to step back, try and remain objective, take a break, get away from the charts for a bit if you can, and give yourself the ability to mentally reset and reassess so you come back with a clear mind and you don't act on emotion and do something stupid that you shouldn't do, whether that be in the markets or otherwise. But yeah, during tough times like these, I understand, guys, it's rough. If you need something, reach out to people, reach out to friends on Twitter, Discord. This is a lonely game, right? So you need to find community, people that you can commiserate with, because, you can't talk to your friends about how you lost what they might make in a year because price nuked in a single day, right? You need to find people you can talk to and relate to, and share the struggle with, and build each other back up. So feeling for all y'all out there. If you need anything, my DMs are always open. But stay safe. So let's talk about the markets now. Obviously, huge dump. Was it because SpaceX sold a bunch of Bitcoin? Right after we get news that the SEC is planning to approve an Ethereum futures ETF. Is that bullish? I remember when the Bitcoin futures ETF was approved, that was the top. There's obviously the Grayscale decision tomorrow. So very hard to say what's going to happen. So I TP'd a bunch of this short because of how fast we went down. It's usually a good sign to get the fuck out. We've now taken out June's low and this last major consolidation. It feels a lot like this, right? It feels a lot like this kind of a move, right? Where it's like it's just dumping so fucking hard, clears every single low, and then rips. Is that what's going to happen now? Are we going to V reverse back up? I don't know. Looking at this just high time frame and saying, okay, well, what seems like the next obvious level? I think if we manage to, if this manages to be just a sweep into this demand here, right, into this breaker, then to me, I think, this becomes your target, these highs and this. But I don't like how weak the stock market looks. I don't like how strong the dollar has been. And I don't like the fact that on the strength the stock market had, Bitcoin failed to make a significant high above here. So I'm not interested in catching the knife. I bought a little bit of spot Ethereum, a little bit of spot Link, funnily enough, because we've been watching that chart forever with that power of three in the making there. But I'm not a knife catcher. I know a lot of people bought this wick and they're going to post about how much fucking money they made. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? I got wrecked and this guy's printing and oh my fucking God. There's always going to be someone making money when you're losing money. And there's always going to be someone losing money when you're making money. It's zero sum, right? You have to come to terms with that. I'm more interested in being bullish if the ETF news comes bullish because we have all the bullish headwinds in the world and the chart looks how it looks. So for me to get bullish, one of two things needs to happen. One, we need an ETF approval tomorrow or some sort of bullish announcement on the ETF. Then I'll be interested in looking to buy. Two, we put in some bullish price action here, right? The way I trade, I can't just buy this. Like, where's your stop here? I don't fucking know, right? Like, unless you bought this fucking wick, I don't really know how you buy here personally. Doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean it can't go up from here. Just how I trade. So bullish ETF news tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll be out of town, so who knows? Maybe that helps move the needle in the right direction. Or it's just some bullish PA. I do see the argument that this is, potentially a big weekly SFP here, right? So the bullish scenario, right? Big weekly SFP here into this breaker, right? So maybe that is the low. Right. Okay. Well, let's see this weekly candle close, and then by all means, I'll get on the low time frame and I'll try and get in some longs. But otherwise, I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna let FOMO take over and try and force myself into some shitty position because this absolutely could, just as likely as it is that it could go up, it could just as easily continue to sell off or consolidate and then leg down again. Right. This thing could fully fucking retrace this entire thing. So. Right now, I'm leaning kind of neutral. Like if you shorted up here, this is a really good place to have taken some profits off after blowing out that low and coming and testing this zone. But I don't think, just as much as I can't justify a long here yet, I'm not interested in shorting here. Right? The time to short was over the last month and a half, not today, after this move. Very likely we get some quarter bounce. We've already gotten a decent bounce here. So be patient, right? You do not need to, like if the ETF news is bullish, then you have all the reason in the world to just piling in on longs and waiting for higher prices. But right now, we don't know if that news is going to come. It would be very crypto-like, crypto-esque. That we have a massive fucking dump like this, and then the ETF gets approved and we fucking V reverse a la, I think it was here, right? Was this when the ETF was announced, I think? Right, so big sell-off, ETF announced, rip. I don't remember what happened here, but maybe this is your best case scenario, right, for bulls is this kind of price action. Take out all the lows and then fucking rip. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm out of town for the next couple of days, unfortunately. I will have a laptop, so I'll try and keep you guys updated. But I've TP'd a bunch of that short, and I'm going to do my best to be patient here. Obviously, if the ETF news comes out and it's bullish, I'm going to be looking to pile in longs. But if the ETF is delayed, if it's denied, well, then guess what? This is a massive breakdown, and I'm looking to short bounces. So that's kind of my view. Ethereum sold off crazy hard. Huge bounce here occurring. Again, could be a massive weekly SFP here in the making. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Need to see how things close. Need to see what happens with stocks. Stocks look really heavy. I regret closing my short fully because I shorted the top. I closed 100 points higher than this, which is annoying, or 80 points higher because it just kept selling off. Because if it loses this area, if we lose this area of demand, we're going to here, in my opinion, right? And if we go to here on SPX, Bitcoin is eating shit, okay? So that's kind of my view on the majors. Ethereum BTC, I think, looks quite good. If you've been watching for a while, does that mean that everything's going up? Of course not. It just means that Ethereum is relatively stronger than Bitcoin right now. bounced harder off the bottom, right? I've been watching this for a while, this range. We have our big OTE retracement right here. Some nice buy up, and then this is a pretty nice looking candle in an area where I think the bottom can form. So I do like how this chart looks. A lot of altcoins got, smoked. Some held up decently, like Solana held up kind of decent, right? Apt looks pretty bad. OP doesn't look that bad. ARB got fucking smashed, trading below $1. So some coins look okay, some coins look like ass. So if you are trying to get long, you want to see the coins that were the most resilient on the dump, right? Most resilient on the dump, and bounce the hardest on the bounce, right? Those are the ones you want to focus on. BNB looking like it's losing a pretty big level here. So, I would say be cautious. Don't let FOMO make the decisions for you right now. Try and be calculated, right? When you have a plan, FOMO doesn't factor in, right? Of course, there's always going to be a fear of missing out, like fully, like can't get rid of it completely. There's always going to be times where you feel emotion, but the more prepared you are, the more of a plan you have, the easier it is to manage and mitigate those emotions that might cause you to make bad decisions, right? So I'm not going to be a long video here, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to get something out quickly. I'm going to be watching how the weekly candle closes relative to June's low. And then obviously 8 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time is what I'm hearing is when we'll hear some sort of news on the ETF. If that's bullish, great, bullish. If that's bearish, yikes. So that's what I'm waiting for. And I will obviously keep you guys locked and loaded. I will have my laptop with me, and then I'm only gone for 2 nights. I'll be back Sunday night. Maybe get a stream out then. If not, for sure on Monday. But yeah, just wanted to get a quick video out there. The bullish scenario for me is simply this is a big sweep into demand. Same with this. Big sweep into demand. And I'll post those charts on Telegram just to be abundantly clear. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. Some people are going to say that SpaceX selling their tokens is bullish. Other people are going to say it's bearish, right? That's how it works, right? What you need to do is figure out where is a place you can make a risk calculated decision to get involved either long or short, make that plan, and then execute on that plan. What other people say has no bearing on, should have no bearing on the trading decisions you make because it's your money, not theirs. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Appreciate all the well wishes, guys. I'm gonna give my folks a call and my brother a call, make sure everyone's doing okay because a couple of them have been evacuated, which is obviously very sad, very scary stuff. But yeah, sorry this isn't a more hype video, but please stay safe, guys. I know dumps like this can be scary. I know losing money fucking sucks, but you're not gonna make it if you fucking quit. So now is not the time to leave. All right, talk to y'all soon. Peace.